We gather at a time when our world is facing unprecedented challenges. Across Nigeria, much of Africa, violence and insecurity continue to rise at alarming rates. In the first half of 2025 alone, we have witnessed a distressing surge in conflicts across even our nation, Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, South Sudan, Kenya, South Africa itself. These crises, driven by long-standing ethnic, religious, and political tensions, underscore the urgency of renewed and effective peace-building strategies. In Nigeria, insecurity has deeply impacted human lives and livelihoods, and we see it every day among us. Insurgency, kidnapping, and banditry persist, exposing the state's limitation in safeguarding its citizens. And this is despite frequent claims by the security agencies that they are, to use their own words, on top of the situation. In such an environment, restoring peace, rebuilding trust, and mending fractured relationships become an uphill task, especially when extremist ideologies exploit religion to justify violence. And yet, in the midst of the darkness, a quiet but profound revolution in peace building is unfolding, one that shows us that there's always another way possible to peace. Faith-inspired initiatives like the Cardinal Onayekan Foundation for Peace Fellowship Program are at the heart of this transformation. For 15 years, the Cardinal Onayekan Foundation for Peace has worked across Nigeria and later on across Africa to promote peace, dialogue, and social healing. We firmly believe that religion, when rightly understood and practiced, is a powerful force for unity rather than division. It is therefore imperative that we root out violent religious fanaticism and create space for freedom, dignity, and inclusion, where no one is left behind or on the wayside, and where our shared humanity is celebrated. We must not merely tolerate differences, but we must go further to respect and welcome them. We must also actively discover and celebrate our common values, those that bind us together more deeply than our divisions pull us apart. Fundamental human rights and sacred human dignity are not merely secular concepts. They are central to our faith traditions. When anchored in divine principles, they gain even greater power to transform persons and societies. Today, we celebrate the graduation of our 7th class, a remarkable group of 46 fellows who have completed the one-year fellowship in interreligious dialogue, conflict transformation, and mediation. These men and women have not only acquired the knowledge and the skills needed to engage in peace building, but they have also cultivated the courage to lead in the face of adversity. They are ready to challenge conflict with compassion, to respond to injustice with truth, and to confront extremism with interfaith dialogue and solidarity. These new fellows, many of whom are grassroots faith actors already, represent a living testimony to the transformative power of the COP Fellowship Program. Through their service, they will build bridges, they will inspire dialogue, and they will anchor peace efforts in their communities and beyond. To our graduating fellows, I offer my warmest congratulations. You are now ambassadors of peace, equipped, empowered, and entrusted with a sacred mission. Use your voices, your networks, and your newly gained insights to be catalysts for healing and transformation in our communities. Let your light shine not only as individuals, but as a network of hope, working together to shape a future where peace is not a privilege, but a shared promise. But let me be clear, the work ahead will not be easy. It is not easy. You are being sent into a world that often celebrates division over unity, that prefers retaliation over reconciliation. However, it is precisely in this context that your presence and your voices matter the most. I charge you, therefore, not to remain comfortable within the walls of theory. Go out and disturb the peace of injustice. Be audacious in compassion. Be tireless in dialogue. Be courageous in standing between warring factions, not as neutral observers, but as transformational actors of hope and truth. To the COFP Africa Network of Peace Builders, the KENNETH, who are here, today you are strengthened. To our dear continent, a new cadre of peace builders has emerged, and to our partners and supporters, especially the Cali Relief Services, Conrad Hilton Foundation, Interfaith Mediation Center, Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution, Islamic Trust, and our esteemed certificate awarding institutions, the Nile University and Veritas University. This gathering is a testimony that your faith in us is not in vain. In this regard, we cannot fail to mention also and appreciate the growing positive response to our local fundraising endeavors, an important development that points to a sustainable future for our foundation. While we are on appreciations, I'm happy to acknowledge the presence among us of a representative of the Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, representing the Nigerian Armed Forces. We take this opportunity to acknowledge the efforts and the sacrifices of our armed forces to engage violent insurgents. Many of our soldiers are paying the ultimate price, giving their lives so that we may be safe.